We often think that it's by chance when we see people on average becoming more financially successful in their 40s, 50s and 60s, but that is absolutely not the case, and it is completely by design. Let me explain how. Now, most people put it down to the simple fact that as you get older, you get more experience in your chosen field. If you're 40 years old, there's the potential that you've been doing what you do for 25 years. You've got so much more experience, you've been through the ups and downs, you've built a better client base, and when you become even older than that, it just adds more time and more experience onto your resume. You're mentally more mature, you've been through more life lessons outside of business as well, so you're in a better position to be able to service people, understand their emotions, and be able to tailor your offering to actually work for their personal situation. These are all factors that we can discuss all day, but this is not the reason why people take so long to become successful. Let me ask you a quick question first to try and make this all make sense. What did you actually hear about money growing up? There are very few households in the world where money was spoken about positively. I know for me growing up, it certainly was not the case. If money was being spoken about in the house, it was generally an argument between mum and dad. It was not an argument based on how much money we had and how, £1 million hadn't been moved to that investment account or whatever. It was arguments about why we didn't have enough money and how we were going to be able to pay for certain things. Going beyond that, you think about the lessons you were taught by your parents or your guardians about money. Teachers are another one to actually include in that as well. Very often, being working class, which statistically most of the world is, or if you're watching this in America, you guys call that middle class, you're not getting good lessons about money because very few people have a good relationship with money. Whether it be addiction that causes bad spending, whether it be bad debt that's caused them to have to play catch up for years, whether it's being behind on bills, nearly everyone is in a negative financial situation. So every time you hear someone talk about money, it's negative. You might have been told things like money isn't for people like us, money doesn't grow on trees, money doesn't buy you happiness. I always find the money doesn't buy you happiness thing quite ironic because I personally believe that money kind of does buy you happiness, especially when you grow up and most of the time you see your parents, especially your mother, upset. It's about money. It would have probably made me and them pretty happy. The real reason why it takes 20, 30, 40 years for people to reach financial success, it's that individual's ability to unlearn the lessons and habits around money that was ingrained into them whilst growing up. And the sad thing about that is, so few people, even in their 40s, 50s and 60s, are successful. So realistically, when we look at this, 99% plus of human beings never actually unlearn those lessons. They're normally not given to you out of negativity, not given to you to hold you back. They are not taught to you because your parents actively want you to have a bad relationship with money. It's purely just the reality of yours and their situation. And for most, those lessons are sadly unbreakable. This is why training your mind, taking in new information, creating a better relationship with money, and understanding the key principles for success at as young an age as possible is a key factor to creating success faster than other people. When you see people like me who have become marginally successful in their chosen field and made good money doing what they do at a young age, it's not because I was brought up with amazing money lessons and in an affluent family. It's because I understood my flaws. I realised that what I had been taught about money was wrong. For all the amazing things my parents did, the lessons about money weren't the best. And I had to take responsibility for reprogramming my mind. Now, you might find yourself in this situation as well, and that's why I want to point you somewhere. You might not have the money or the means to be able to come on board as one of our Yes Academy members. But what I've done is I've put all of our mindset modules into Yes Lite. This is something you can get access to for less than £20 a month. Even if you buy it, you watch the modules and you cancel it, it's going to cost you 20 quid to potentially get information that's going to change the rest of your life. I think there's 7 or 8 hours of mindset content from myself included in there. Don't ask yourself if you're worthy. Don't question your ability to become successful. Click down in the bio, go buy your Yes Lite membership and start reprogramming your mind. Or you might never get the things you actually want from life.